had a few epileptic attacks and all that on myself, so I couldn't make the going on to streams and all that easy for myself. So I figured I'd make it up to you guys today, or yeah, because this is like my morning shift hours, so why not make it up to you guys now? You know what I mean? Get this just at the right spot. All right, we got me up here. You can see I fractured my nose a bit, so kind of just dealing with this right now. Let's see if I can get. Okay, we got that up there. Let's see if I can get. Am I getting the? I don't know how subtle it's getting it here, so I'm trying to. I'm gonna go out and get some extra parts here this week. So, as I always say, just bear with me. That's all I ask. Right when you think you get ahead, you always get knocked back a bit. It is what it is. I'm gonna go get my tie box. That usually helps. As you guys point to the top. Where is it? There it is. That usually helps a bit. I keep wanting to go, how's your guys' weekend going? But, you know, my days are so thrown off. I actually got my piece of gear in today, but I couldn't go. They didn't deliver it till, no joke, 11 o'clock. And my apartment, I'm not used to such an advanced apartment complex that I had to go into the, this, like, it looked like a RoboCop set in future style mailbox. So I was like, oh God, it's OCP. So I go and I'm checking it out, and it finally came in, and I was like, oh man, I hope it's not all messed up, because they were mad they had, you know, the couriers were mad they had to come all the way here or whatever. So I go and I check it and all that. It came out. It was perfect. So I can't complain. Let's see if I can get my channel loaded up here. Live. Use that as my This would be much more of a headache than I thought it was going to be. I'll get it though. Trying to get it, just bear with me, because it won't let me do the other side. Like if I put it like this, it goes orientation is locked or rotate back. So hey Brandy. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my best to see if I can just get it to, oh, that's not a good sound. Trying to get it. I almost have it. It's just not wanting to stay locked down underneath the guitar. But I got part of it. Come on. Stop being like that. Stop fighting with me. Alright. That's going to have to do for now, everybody. So, like I said, bear with me. So what we're going to do here is we're gonna detune the guitar, and we're basically, as if you guys remember art class, if you guys ever took art class and anything like that, I'm gonna lower down the computer. Oh no, here we go. World's smallest violin. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, so I'm gonna go down and we're gonna lower, just detune this a bit, just so we can get the strings to come off the nut and whatnot. Then we're gonna score the old nut, so that comes off. And then once that's off, then we use. I'm gonna see if you guys know. If you guys are, I'm gonna give you guys a tech tip question. What is the glue that you use to replace the nut? You guys will be pretty shocked to know. And don't Google it, because even Google doesn't know what it is. Yeah, it's an 8-string. I'm putting let me see if I can get a good shot of it on here. I'm putting the black TUSQ XL on here. The number for this, if you guys ever are interested, is PT 1354-00. The name of this company that does it, if you ever go on like eBay or Amazon, is called TARIO or G Style, and they, after tax and all that, is like, and shipping, it's like $253. And you could go on one of my other videos here, and I did a sound test, and because one of my other subs were asking me if I could do a sound test so they can hear the pickups. Excuse me, because the pickups are kind of modeled after bare knuckles. Let me see that. Uh, the F sharp, because when it's in standard tuning, it's F sharp. It sounds whoa. It sounds like a really like if you listen to Meshuggah, that's the best way to kind of describe it. But being that it's an F sharp and not F, it has a lot more clarity. So it's not all the tones aren't all mixed up and muddy. And I play my stuff through a Line 6 preamp rack mount through my. It's almost a full stack. I have a 412 cab and a 212 cab, so that helps even up the equalization, if you will. So, I mean, it works. So you don't have to use, because I don't like plugins and all that other stuff. And the neck on this actually feels like a 7-string. It doesn't fatigue the hand that much and all that. Because I've played the Ibanez 8 strings, I've played Harley Benton 8 strings and all that, and this one's the better 8 string that I've played, and it sounds like it should cost close to $1,000. And then even like their 7 strings are $199, and their 6 strings are like $170. So it's like you can basically get their whole line of 6, 7, and 8s for under $1,000. And yeah, it's just like, if you hit a power chord, it's just like a normal power chord and all that. Like, and then like what's really cool is you do drop E on this, and it sounds so thick, like whoa. And it's same music theory. It's just it's gonna sound really low at first, where it's not gonna sound right to your ears in the beginning. But just like with anything, like when you play a 7-string at first, it sounds awkward. You got to intonate it. You got to do all kinds of things to to these guitars before they sound right. As you can see, I have almost all the strings off. So there's that so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my groove gear things and I'm going to strap them around the strings, and I'm going to make sure the strings stay all right because I don't want any of them to break. So I know they're like 9s or whatever. And I'm just going to make, like I said, I'm going to make sure they're all right. And from there, I'll put the phone back to where I had it, kind of. Let's see, I'll try to get it like right. Try to get like right. Right. Damn it. You know what I can do is. Haha, there we go. Oh, here we go. See, I got it. I just had to use Dunlop's cleaning stuff. So that can go. So then I'm going to use, a flip knife to go up and score, that's the time-consuming part, is scoring. If you guys don't know what scoring is, it's scraping. Because, art has to make everything sound so tutti-frutti. And then, you always want to save your old parts and all that, because it's, if you want, the best thing to do is to fix to repair the problem, because it's not that hard. You just fill this with super glue, and then you have a nut. You can replace this with, if like you build an 8-string, you can have that nut replacement on it. So almost there. Almost there. I actually think we can do that. At least the plus side is me doing it this early in the morning for everybody. They can jump on and check it out later on at night and all that, and later on in the afternoon. So oh, come on, please. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get some tape just in case. Because the last thing I want to do is start working on it and then a string flies up at me. Because it's happened numerous times. It's always good to have painter's tape. Most people use duct tape, or people call it gaffer's tape. But that's a pain in the ass, if you ask me. And I have one of my kitties thinking he's going to break the law over here. Get down. Well, alrighty, everybody. It's time to get get going on this, so it shouldn't be that hard. So I might not be too talkative in this one because I really got to focus on this. Oh, never mind. So that wasn't even put on there. Ah, man. And then the kitten has to not crack down. So that's a huge problem. So that wasn't even on there that well. And you see I had to fill the high E with a toothpick, which that's always the thing to do. And then what you're supposed to do is fill it with liquid super glue, you know, like the real cheap stuff. And then that's usually how you fill it. And then you're supposed to sand it, and then you never have to worry about it again. But I didn't have that, so I had to buy the new stuff. And so what I got to do now is sand this little portion out, just where the glue was. And then the answer to the question I was asking, it's Elmer's. You use Elmer's glue to put the nut back on. I know most people are like, wait, what? You use what? Yeah, that's what you use. I know, crazy. You wouldn't think that, but the pounds per pressure holds it down so tight and all that you don't have to really worry about it too much. But you got to put a decent amount on it. Let me use my sandpaper. I'm thinking it's going to take you longer than normal. There's the last place you look. So you get really soft sandpaper. Now this is, I believe, 1500. And then once you do that, you just get in there and just, all you're doing is taking off the glue from last time. That's all you're doing. Because you don't want to get too thick of glue on, too thick of sandpaper, or low grit of sandpaper, and then you're taking off wood, and then you're making it uneven and whatnot. Whoop. Come on. Swear this needs to be sharpened so bad. Can't even take off simplistic little glue. There we go. All right, now we take off. We take this out of the package. So this is the old one. Oh, where is it? We take this one off. Well, we took this one off. And now where is it? Where did it go? No. Oh, it's right here. And then the scissors are... Where did they go? Oh, they're right there. That's a perfect fit. So when you take the Elmers, because this is already going to be a nice tight squeeze in there, you're just going to go boop, 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 and you just want to put a couple little dabs on here because how it's going to sit in there like that. So you want to just put a couple dabs on there and on there, so because it's going to move around a little bit. So here we go. Let me do a test drive thing on this real quick. This is what. And that's why. Gross. Still stuck. Okay. Q-tip. You can tell I'm not doing as many nut replacements as I used to. I was doing them like 3-4 months last year or earlier this year. So now I know during the beginning of the year I'm going to have more nut replacement jobs than I normally will than I have. Sorry it's taking so long. You think one thing's going and it's not. Alright. Now it wants to work. Of course. It's like we're free. So now we do. Then I was talking to you guys about, so see that right there? What we're going to do. So like that. So see when it goes up on it, it's going to go like this. And here we go. Give me a sec, I'll fix it. Son of a bitch. I'm trying here, guys. I got this stuff falling all over here. It's just... There we go. Almost got it. Almost got it. Alright, I just got to clean off the glue. Let me go get some of that. Let's see. Oh, of course, it won't let me turn it. Freaking phone. And now I gotta restring it. Well, not restring it. I gotta put it, the strings back on. Let's see. It looks a heck of a lot better than that stock one did, let me tell you that. And what was cool is because when I told the company I got it from, and the link that I have for the company is in the description of the sound test video on here, they just they gave me the $20 back that I paid for the TUSQ XL nut. So all in all, it's like I didn't have to pay for the nut, and I didn't have to pay for, you could look at it as I didn't have to pay for the replacement nut, or I didn't have to pay for shipping. So whichever way you want to look at it. So I thought it was pretty cool. I'm gonna have to clean that off. At least with this, I'll tell you right now, as long as you have the trick with tuning stability, most people go, oh, I gotta buy new tuning pegs and all this and that. As long as your nut is cut right, and you're tuning your actions at the right spot and all that, you don't always need new tuning pegs. And that's a tech telling you that. Most shops and all that, they'll try to sell you on getting different tuning pegs and all that because they're trying to make more money off getting commission and all that. And that's why I got into tech work, so I could stop people from doing that shit. Goes up here, goes there. There we go. So if there's any other video, any other kind of repairs you would like to see me do live, please let me know. I would love to do more live videos of me doing repairs or modifications rather than have to make the videos and all that, because that's just so time consuming, rather than me just pop on the old live camera, which I know this one was kind of the past two ones were kind of a headache, but just because, you know, finding the right angle for the stupid camera and whatnot, but it is what it is. maybe start showing people how to properly restring a guitar instead of doing the Gibson knot. Because I can't tell you how many techs, not just me, but how many techs cannot stand when someone brings in a guitar that has that's another thing that'll cause tuning issues if the guitar isn't looped in the tuning peg properly. And I'm not trying to bring shame or shoot anyone down or anything like that. I'm here to try to help people out. Like, you see a lot of those channels that go, I'm here to help. And then, but only if you show me $20 a month. Yeah, that's not me. I mean, I want to do a Patreon, but I'd probably only charge like $1 a month. Because when you're on disability, such as myself, that would give you more motivation. Be like, oh, someone's paying $1 a month to have me do workshops and stuff like that. At least give you guys your buddy's worth. Most people are like, this is just $1 though. It's still your money. So we're getting there. I got, what is it? I got 4 left after this. Excuse me. No, that's flush. It's always one thing you want to always check too when you're restringing after you change the nut, because these will move. Let's see where we got. Yeah, we're getting there. And on the B, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already subbed yet. Greatly help out. This will be video number 253. So I'm going to try to hit the goal of as close as I can to 300 videos before the end of the year. That's still rounded. Almost. Do 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 do. Mana mana. Boo 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 doo doo. Mana mana. Do 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 do. Listen to that. Oh, that just sounds mean as hell. I can tell you right now, it didn't sound like this before. Boom! Oh yeah, 26.5-inch scale with an XL nut. I honestly think this is going to be my company. I just wish they made them in tremolos. I think I'm going to have to get a drill press and all that and get another one of these and, you know, totally just make this a drill, make one of these a complete and utter project where you route that out and make that for trem because, so I was stating before, see, these right here are totally meant for, what is it? Not Bellcat. Those are Bellcat. These are totally meant for bare knuckle pickup replacements. Because if I even put EMGs in there, I'd have to chisel out that. So honestly, I'm gonna do a guitar year-end review on all the guitars I've bought this year, and then I'm gonna do the best guitars of 2024. And I think everyone's going to be highly shocked at what guitars are going to make it and what aren't. But there she is. I mean, obviously, it needs tuning, but listen to that. That sounds so much cleaner. And look how much nicer that nut looks. And it doesn't have that, because here, where is the yellow one at? Let me find the older one. It's around here somewhere. This is the problem with working with limited space, but that's okay. Well, I'll have to show you guys probably another time, because I don't know where I put it. The old one, everything was cut so short, and it was a hazard. Like if the strings were constantly moving, and they weren't staying in. Oh, that's just toilet paper. The strings wouldn't stay in the wouldn't stay inside the slots, and even then, see, you could see how they're concaved and all that in there. Those strings weren't concaved, and then over here, the high E wouldn't even have stayed in. The high E was like way down here, so I had to fill the high E in with a toothpick, the old toothpick trick. And then over here, they weren't even down. They looked like they just had like one, someone just did one slice or one swipe or two. And then when you got to the wound strings, they didn't have the canyon concave in it like all the other strings. Even the low F sharp it wasn't even in there like that. Because a lot of people don't understand when you have your thicker strings, even the low E, you have to have that concave in there. So if you have that high E just popping out and all that like that, that's not, your nut's not put in there correctly. So, but all right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by, giving us a try, meaning us as in TR.R.I-TEC. If you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to comment. But also, please subscribe, sub, and like us. It helps out the algorithm. I'm going to do the sound test on the Groat here later on this morning or later on this afternoon for me. But that'll probably be around 8 o'clock Arizona time in the morning. And then I will do a comparison on why that one. Yeah, you'll see. And then I'm going to do a quick video on what I got in the mail and all that, the piece of gear that ties everything together. But all right, I appreciate everything. Please don't be afraid to ask questions, everybody. All righty, take care.